freedom's the answer. What's the question? You're listening to Ernest Hancock.
Welcome back to Declare Your Independence. Of me, Ernest Hancock. We're just going over some of the news of the day because, I mean, dang, lots of stuff happening over the weekend. It sets a trend and what kind of, the BS machine that we're going to have to endure or not. I mean, you just go to freedomsphoenix.com and we kind of, help plow for you. We put up all the crap, too. I mean, it's got to be, you got to put up the crap so you know how much crap it is when you got the truth sitting right next to it. So, and that's how we roll. I mean, I definitely want to put up what USA Today and the Wall Street Journal and New York Times and Gannett and all these guys have to say about this stuff because, it's entertainment. So you make fun of it. That's one thing that we're going to be doing. We're going to have a meeting this Friday, and we're going to be emphasizing the role of Freedom's Phoenix here in Phoenix. We're going to be using Phoenix as a test case because I'm here, okay? And there's a unique opportunity for us. Gannett fired the first shot. When they went to YouTube and said, Ernie can't have the video of his own TV in his living room of him being interviewed on a Gannett NBC affiliate here, that's copyright violation of me putting up a video of me being interviewed of a tape of my own TV playing it 2.5 years before. Because I know why. It's why, it went like this. It was a TARP. And they wanted to, get somebody to be against it. We know Ernie would be against it. Let's go see Ernie. So I go like this. I said, $700 billion? Seriously? You think that's all they need? That's this week's check. Oh, when they took that down, I go, are you kidding me? Of course there's going to be QE3. Why else would they take it? What do they care? 2.5 years later, little old Ernie, nothing? All of a sudden now it's a big giant copyright violation? Well, when I get enough, I give a crap, I'll go ahead and we have the story up and, what happened and all that kind of stuff. But I have it on tape. I'll go put it on my own servers. We have our own video player capacity on Freedom's Phoenix. I'll go ahead and put it up when when the time's right and I get all motivated. We'll make it happen. And I just go, yeah, there, now come after me. Make my day. But what it did is it gave me the opportunity to go ahead while the lamestream media, the media that's so last century, is coughing up blood down on the mat. It's time to go over and kick them in the face, leave a scar to remember you by. Maybe not. But where I got that from is The Island by Peter Benchley, the guy that wrote Jaws, and it's about pirates in the Caribbean and the modern times and so on. And I remember that line. Yeah, when they're down on the deck, you kick them in the face, leave a scar to remember you by. So since they're coughing up blood, and they're I don't know, they'll be around one more presidential election cycle because that's the value they have. Now, think about it. A lot of these, like General Electric, one of the biggest defense contractors on the planet, and what do they got? NBC. So I'm going, okay, they're definitely. So, and I saw Michelle Bachmann, I'm flipping through the channels and everything, and I saw the NBC network interviewing Bachmann as she's doing the tour. And man, he was going after her. He's like, oh, but didn't you say, and aren't you gonna? And it was definitely from the left, And she handled herself pretty well. She's just like, yeah, whatever. And she'd smiling, and she evaded when she needed to, and did whatever. And my record's clear on that, and whatever. And I stand behind, and blah blah blah. So she came out all right. The girl's going to do well. But I tell you what, it's going to come down to. It's going to come down to Bachmann versus Paul. And I'm wondering, Romney, I don't see, too many problems. Obamacare, Romney care, whatever, same thing. Rick Perry, Bilderberger and all the crap that's going, he's got Alex Jones nipping on his heels. I'm not sure where that's going to go either. Bachmann, different story. She came out, no on the debt ceiling raise. No on this. I'm, Christian conservative kind of thing. Rick Perry's trying to do that Mr. Prayer guy, and he's, force vaccinating young girls. He's all about this NAFTA and North American Highway and being the Bilderberger boy and all this kind of. It's almost like he's a distraction. And Dr. Paul said in the debate, he's going, yeah, bring him on, man. It just dilutes all these other guys for me anyway. What do I care? Which may have been the reason why Rick Perry did not go into the Iowa caucuses. Had he done that, did all his big Christian thing, what would have happened? he was split it off from Bachmann, and Ron Paul would kick their butt. That had been hard to even, hide that one. So there's just games. To think it's any less than a game is to be naive. And those that were paying attention last time know it's a game. Now, what the Ron Paul campaign is doing and why and how, I have no idea. Couldn't possibly care less. You're still voting, but if it keeps him in the debates, if it keeps him going one more debate, if it gets to where he's like last time, he was the last three. Well, you remember it was, who was it? It was McCain, him, and Romney, I think, or Huckabee, or what? Who cares? But he was in the top 3 or 4 at the end there before he finally pulled. What deal was made? I don't know, but there was one. So I'm just, whatever. Now, here is a story, establishment running scared of Ron Paul. Now, it's on Prison Planet. Now, basically, it goes like this. Highlights. Even the establishment newspaper, the Washington Post, is now sheepishly admitting the obvious. Ron Paul is a front runner in the race for the GOP nomination. The Post is still in denial, however. It says Michelle Bachmann will come out on top. It predicts Bachmann, Tim Pawlenty, and Paul will tussle to become winners of both the debates and the Ames straw poll scheduled for later today, blah, blah, blah. Well, Pawlenty's gone. Why are they so worried about, the U.S. Constitution and Federal Reserve is an issue and the return to fiscal sanity and bringing home the troops and all? And that is so not on their dance card. Okay. Let's go ahead and look at, this is what I wanted to build up to. Let's look at some of the things that are in the news. This I kind of threw in there. This is from Associated Press, I think. The United States has apologized for controversial remarks made by a U.S. diplomat who spoke of dark and dirty Indians, calling the comments inappropriate. U.S. Vice Consul Maureen Chow told Indian students on Friday that their skin became dirty and dark like the Tamilians after a long train journey, according to Indian media, referring to people from the southern state of Tamil Nadu. I mean, this is a U.S. diplomat in India telling, what? Who are these people? What's their mindset? How do they get there? And that's another thing. There is all kinds of offers that people get to be, ambassadors. And that's one thing that I learned as a young man during the 1988 presidential cycle for Daddy Bush. There was a thing called Team 100. Team 100 was if you could either contribute or raise, through people you coordinated where you got $100,000 into the Daddy Bush campaign for president, you had an ambassadorship waiting on you. You just bought your way in. This isn't like a big giant secret to anybody. Certainly not inside the Beltware. It might be a secret to, a lot of people are naive and think they pick people based on because they're smart or something. But this was something this is how you get guys like this in there. They want the shiny badge. They want to be in some foreign country. Yeah, I can help get and raise money, put me in. I'm ambassador or whatever. What would Ron Paul do? What kind of foreign policy would he have? What kind of people would he put in these positions? I would suspect that they'd be better. I hope so. Wow. We'll go ahead and get into a lot of the other, just the headlines in the news when we come back. We'll whip through them real quick, and you can see the kind of dire straits we're in. We'll be right back.